So I've gone down a coffee rabbit hole. This is a maca pot. Specifically, it's a Maca Express. Now, when I've heard someone say the word maca pot, I thought they were saying mock pot. It is not a mock pot. I don't even know what the heck that would be. This is a maca pot, which is the name of the thing here. So this is made in Italy. This is an Italian thing. Maca Express. And it is a fun little thing. It is like an Italian percolator. And it's got 3 separate pieces. It's really fun. So the coffee collects in this top carafe piece. The coffee goes in here, and then the water goes in here. And so what happens is it goes on the pot, it actually goes on the stove, and then the steam will rise, and there's a little gasket under here that will, in this area here, that seals everything up. So there is a tight seal, and the pressure will build down here. It'll force the boiled water in through the coffee. It'll come up, and then it will percolate, and there's 2 little holes. So what I'm going to do is, I just took it out of the box, and I'm going to use it. I'm very excited. I've watched some videos. I've chosen a coffee. I went to Fresh Time. I've chosen a coffee. I believe this is Ethiopian light roast that is not flavored, just so I can get it the most out of it, you know, just to see what it's like. It's supposed to be incredibly strong, not espresso strong. This is actually 6 cups, but it's 6 espresso cups rather than 6 large cups of coffee. It's actually 6 espresso cups because it is a much stronger coffee coming out of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to boil some water, and then we're going to boil some water, and then we're going to make some coffee, and I want to see what happens. I'm very excited. Okay, so test number 1. It's suggested in the handbook here that we don't drink the first and second brews. So I'm going to run the water through this, and we're going to cook it over on the stove. But we're going to go through the motions anyway. So what you want to do is you want to fill up this reservoir. I've got some water here. It's heated to 160 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm going to fill this up just underneath the emergency relief valve. Like so. Very good. I'll put this over here on the side. I'm going to use the small back burner back here. And then I'm going to put the coffee. You can see I've already kind of ground it up. We'll do it legitimately in a little bit. Right now I just want to, and this thing is really hot. It's aluminum, so it conducts heat really well. But we want to get this on as fairly tight so that the gasket seats itself, but we don't want it so tight we're not going to be able to get it apart to wash it out later. So here's what we do. We take it, we put it over here on this small burner, and this is exactly what it's supposed to do. We're supposed to turn it on. Nope. Let's turn on the back burner. Boom. And then we're not supposed to make the heat so high. And what we're going to do is it's going to take about 6 minutes. So when it starts to do anything, we'll switch back on. I can hear stuff going. You can also hear the fridge making noise. That's not helpful. I can hear it. I'm very excited. This is nerve-wracking, especially sitting here, for this long, watching water boil. So, utterly fascinating. But it's just the experience of seeing it come out. It's if it's anything like I've seen on YouTube videos, it is just absolutely fascinating. Yeah, I can hear it. Here it comes. I shouldn't say it like that, but I did. Can you hear it? We can do this with the top off. I've seen them do it. So it's not supposed to shoot out. It's just supposed to kind of just bubble up and out. Look at it. There it comes. Dude. Dude. Look at that. That's amazing. Look at how cool. Holy cow. Look at that. Look at it go. Just like a percolator. Got some weird looking bubbles. I just need to be ready for the sputter phase here. At least that's what they're supposed to be. Isn't that amazing? It smells really good. I mean, it smells like very strong coffee. Oop, oop. We're okay. We're going a little too much now. Wait for it and listen. I'll turn off the heat, actually. Listen to that. Okay, now we're sputtering. Pretty sure that's what that is. So this handle's not hot. That's good. So we'll just come over here and do a cool down on it. Yeah, it started sputtering. Cool it down. Isn't that fascinating? And that's a little emergency release valve down there for any pressure. But I'm pretty sure we're okay. Look at that. How fascinating. Let's see how dark it looks. Whoa. And it's all coffee. There's no grounds in it or anything like that. It's all just pure coffee. That's fascinating. How cool is that? Well, let's make a second cup. And then I'll do that on my own. And then when we get to the third cup and the tasting, we'll show all of that. I think that took about 6 minutes for it to go. So we will, I'm not drinking it. I'm just smelling it. Wow, that smells really strong. It smells really good. All right, so I'm gonna clean it out. I'm gonna do it again. And then when you see me again, it'll be the third time. It'll be the time to drink it. Before I dump it out, I just wanted to show you what the bed looked like. So it kind of shot up, and the bed's still kind of rather flat. And then, of course, this trapped all of the. That's so cool. But yeah, look at the bed. Huh. That's pretty exciting. So I'll just clean this out, and we'll keep going. I just thought that was neat to look at. So I just finished brew number 2. Thing I have discovered is that this thing, while neat, is not made for multiple brews. It is definitely not. You can't really grab the bottom, at least to start with, until you get a nice good, until it gets nice and cold. Luckily, it unscrews a lot fairly easy. Still had some on the bottom there. The second one went amazingly better than the first one. All of that weirdness and hissing and strange noises seemed to go away until the very end when it was pushing steam rather than all of that water out. So then it started hissing again, of course. But that was fun and fascinating. The problem now stems from getting the cap or the coffee holder out of this base because there's no edges to grab onto, number 1, and number 2, it's super hot. So I'm going to get my second, and this is, people are going to wince when they see this, but they're going to have to get over it. There you go. Okay. Now let's run some cold water in this to get it nice and cooled down a little bit here. When I was washing this out the first time with hot water, it was amazing how much heat this aluminum just absorbed. And ouch, that's still too hot for me to grab. Which makes sense because it was boiling there a minute ago. And like I said, people are going to wince. I know, it's awful. I'm so sorry.
Going down the drain, that's awful. What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm going to push this button and make it a problem for a later day. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, this is a 6-cup brewer, which means it'll do 6 espresso-sized shots. This is not an espresso maker. This is a different kind of coffee than espresso, and it's a different kind of coffee from regular percolated or brewed. But I mean, it is basically percolated coffee. So here's the deal. This is all cleaned out. We've had our 2 runs. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to heat this water up, back up to about 160. Shouldn't take very long. And here's the cup of coffee I poured. It's almost like I want to drink it, but I don't, because I want to follow the directions. And they said do at least 2 brews. You can kind of see some of the sediment that was still down there. So it's not 100% clean, but I will tell you this, that smelled so much better than the last cup. While that's going, let's get this put together. I've kind of turned up the grind just a little bit to about 15 here, because there's 20, 10, 15. So 33 ounces of coffee. We'll grind that up. This grinder, by the way, this Encore, I don't even know how to pronounce that, but this Encore it was, I think, one of the top picks from America's Test Kitchen for grinders, and it's worked marvelously for like almost 2 years now. I am going to do something just a hair different. Oh yeah, no, that needs to turn off now. Okay, I'm going to do something just a hair different that they suggested. I have one of my AeroPress filters, and I'm going to put it down here at the bottom. I'm going to wet it so to adhere it to the bottom of the coffee. And they said that helps keep the particulates down even further. So I'm going to try that this time. That may change how everything looks. I'm very excited to find out. So let's do this. Let's add our water first. This gets incredibly hot. I'm going to keep it right there because it's aluminum and it just loves to absorb that heat. So we're going to put it up to that release valve line there. So far it's been really textbook. Boom, right there. All right. I'm going to take this. I'm going to put our coffee in it. Another thing we need to do is we need to make sure that the sides are all cleaned off, because we don't want the rubber gasket getting anything between it and this metal. That would just, I don't think it would really hurt anything. It just make the coffee bad. So let's see. So this is on there. I'm going to slip this, and you'll see right here, it's just a pain in the butt because it slips, right? Foomp. I mean, and now it's like there and seated, and it's like, how do you get at it to do anything? Right? I'm going to use a towel and to hold this by so I can screw the top back on tight-ish. I just need to get it started. The action here is like, it's like butter. It's like buttery smooth until you get to a certain point where you're supposed to grip onto it anyway. So we will take this and we will tighten it up. I'm so excited. All right, start her up. Now I'm using the small burner back here in the back. I don't think I forgot any steps. Pretty sure I did everything I needed to do. Now we can see what happens. Oh, it's really cool. This is fun. This is fun stuff. I mean, it just is. So let's see what happens. Now the water I put in here went up past 160. It went up to 200, but it was going into a cold aluminum holder here, so the temperature decreased probably about like 5, 10, 15 degrees. So even though it was 200 going in, it's less when it was sitting there. So now that we're reapplying heat, I'm so excited to see what happens. Yeah, the paper filter, they suggested the paper filter because, like I said, like we kind of saw at the last where I was cleaning it out, you still get the little bit of particulates even though it's a metal filter, and you lose quite a bit of it when it's coming up the spout here, but you still get the stuff at the bottom, which is unfortunate, but you know, it's fine. This is so exciting. Is it exciting? To me, it's exciting, and that's, you know, I mean, it's fun. I am having a good time. I am having a good time by myself with an Italian percolator. Oh, I'm starting to hear things happen. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. You need a bunch of techniques they to modulate it and keep that hissing part down, where they take it off of the heat and then put it back on. And it's all about getting the most most of the water that's in there out before it starts hissing and bubbling. So, because then it starts losing pressure, and I think this steam is what makes it even more bitter. So, starting to hear things happen. Yes, either that or Darth Vader's come in the room. Very excited to see what the paper filter adds. I didn't wash it to take the paper taste out. I washed it to adhere it basically to the bottom so I could screw it on properly. And here we go. I'm sitting next to a literal bomb. It could blow up. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Oh, look at that. There it goes. There it goes. Look how dark. Look how dark and rich that is. Holy crap. One of the best ways to drink it, the best thing for you to do is not to just take this, put it in a cup and drink it the way it is. I think an Americano is a percentage of this and just a percentage of hot water. Probably like, what is it, like maybe 2 to 1, maybe, depending on your taste. Look at it go. Never have I been so fascinated by something like this. Look at the coffee come out. I expect it to go just a little bit higher. Hopefully. Turning off the heat. Let's see what we get. The filter is definitely making a difference in the coffee coming out. So I may want to turn it back on just a little bit. See what happens. See it pick up. I've got it all the way down to low. See, coffee is still coming out. Yeah, look at it. Look at it stream. This is riveting. I mean, to me, it's riveting. Maybe we'll get less hissing because of the filter. Okay. Is it still coming? That's fascinating. Oh. Wow. Wow. I'm interested to see what this tastes like. Wow, look at it fill. Turn it. Okay, here comes the hissing. It's funny because it's so easy to it's much easier to modulate on a gas stove than it would be on a electric stove. Huh. Okay. All right. Fun. Let's close this top up. It smells really good. Let's see what happens. Wow. I'm just going to taste it as is. New adventure. Oh, that smells nice. It's going to be super hot. Whoa, oh boy. Oh, wow. Oh, you know what? That's funny. It almost tastes like, I don't know if I did it wrong. I don't think I did it wrong, but hang on. It almost tastes like pretzels. I'm going to Americano it just a little bit here. Cool it down too. Yeah, well, of course, adding water helps. Of course it would, because it'll weaken it down. That is the coolest thing ever. I thought pour-overs were cool. I thought French presses were cool. I thought my AeroPress was cool. And they are. But so is this. This is really cool. I am so glad that I bought this. This is so much fun. I'm going to try it with a flavored coffee next. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. We'll do a flavored coffee. And see what it does. Oh, wow. It's so fascinating. You definitely need to Americano it a little bit. You need to add water to it. Or, I mean, this is an entire cup. So, we'll be dancing for hours. That is fascinating. That is fantastic. I am so excited about that. That is so cool. So this, again, is a maca pot, and they're available. I found mine at Target. They had like 4 of them sitting there, and I grabbed one of them. There are many variations. I saw today in Meyer. It was not a pot like, it was not a stamped in Italy all over it pot, but it was a pot just like this. So you can do this, get a similar thing with the water in the base, the place where you can stick the coffee grounds and sit it in there, and then the top where everything comes up into and where you pour from. So that's great. This is fantastic. What a really cool thing. I am so glad I got this. I'm so glad I got to share it with you. We also make coffees, but of strong, classic, delicate coffee. Sure, why not? So thank you for joining me with this little adventure. I'm like I said, this is great. I'm so excited. Tomorrow I will be trying one of my favorite coffees. Maybe I'll pick out the dark roast that's got chocolate in it, and see how that goes through this. It's just a whole new thing of possibilities. Just something to fiddle with. Some new coffee thing to fiddle with. I'm so pleased. And that tastes really good. No flavor, no nothing. A little bit of water to dilute it down, because I took a sip of it, and I mean, I thought that Brazil coffee was like liquid nitro. This is, whew, that was amazing. That was an amazing first taste. And like I said, it tastes just like pretzels. The Ethiopian light roast did. But this is fantastic, with a little splash, with some cold water in there to cool it down. Just fantastic. Thank you for joining me on this little we'll do it again tomorrow. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.